Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. So makeup can be very overwhelming, and if I could only teach you 5 skills that will dramatically change the way you apply makeup, it would be these. Are you ready? Let's get this beauty started. So as a licensed esthetician and a professional makeup artist for decades, these are things that I think are really important for mature women. So I'm going to start off with number 1, and that's about perfecting your base. So we first have to skin prep, and I think a lot of women forget about this step and then wonder why their makeup doesn't look that great, meaning your concealer, your foundation, whether that is a tinted moisturizer, a BB cream, a serum foundation, whatever medium you're using. So the first step is to always be prepping your skin. You have to have a good skincare regimen, and that can be 2 products, that can be 3 products. It doesn't have to be a 12-step routine. So you have to prep your skin. You have to be exfoliating your skin, because if you have dry, dehydrated skin, you're going to see that the second you put on any type of base, meaning tinted moisturizer, foundation. Tinted moisturizer isn't going to moisturize the skin and take away the dryness. That's your skincare. That's not your tinted moisturizer's responsibility. So that is number 1. Number 2, in this category, you want to make sure that you're picking the right color. So not just looking at your skin and saying, oh, this matches. Does it match your undertone? So are you cool or are you warm? That's a very important aspect. Another one that I would love to teach you to really concentrate on is not stopping at the jawline, that you want to take down your foundation into your neck. I'm not saying you take it all the way down on your décolleté. You need to blend it into your neck so you don't have a harsh line that stops. And speaking of blending, you want to make sure that it is through the hairline, as in it doesn't stop like this. Now, for me, having gray hair, I've mentioned this to you multiple times on the channel. That's why I designed my foundation buffing brush to be this small head and just the right design of hair that it can go around this very small space. So I am always getting my BB cream nicely and seamlessly blended because I'm using the right brush. I don't feel you can really do that with the sponge. I feel like the brush is going to give you better control and handle over that. But those are some of the things in prepping your skin for your foundation, picking out the right color, blending, and making sure that it just looks really nice. On top of that though, in this category, there's so many in this foundation category, is finding a foundation or whatever medium you're using that can be buildable. So you have it like nice and sheer, it looks beautiful, or you can build it up for evening. You don't want to have a mask. You don't want something too heavy and it's not the right formulation where you just feel like you have a mask on your face. My second tip is to really define your brows. Don't forget about your brows. I know that they can be a challenge. This is why over on Fierce Aging, I show the women that really don't have brows, or they're missing the lateral part, or just really thin. They have hair, but you really can't see it. I had designed brow stencils for you. So you have multiple different shapes that you can use for your brows. It really gives you a very nice structure so you can just kind of fill them in. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then you can start doing your brow pencil. You can use a tinted brow gel. I have a brow mascara that's really beautiful that you can do in browns. I have it in blondes. You can really get your brows looking more than they are because you're actually coloring the hair. I did do a little trick too, that you can take the tip of it and you can deposit some of that color into your brows so your brows look like they're a little bit thicker because you're coloring that skin. But this is really important to not forget about the brows and really enjoy putting your brows on, shaping them, doing different shapes. Maybe you want to be a little thicker one day. Maybe you want to be a little bit thinner. This is something that you do not want to skip because it does frame and define the eyes. It gives balance to the face. This is actually one of my top tips for you. My third tip for you is to blend like a pro. We just talked about blending with foundation, but this is really about your eyeshadow, and this is really a make or break. When you put on your eyeshadow, say I've talked to you in my videos about, oh my gosh, I put on too much, now I gotta start over. No, you don't. I have created a eyeshadow blending brush for you. It is very soft, it's tapered, it's fluffy. So when you go to do your eyeshadow and you want to have that seamless, you don't want to have a demarcation, you don't want it to look like your eyeshadow just stops. You go in and you easily just blend out your eyeshadow. That's when you really look like you had a professional makeup artist do your eyeshadow or your eyes. Another really great tip is our short smudge brush. This is for when you do your liner. Do you feel like you did too much? It's not super perfect. It's all like up and down, like a little roller coaster. You take your short smudge brush and you just smudge up the line. And that really looks well blended. It looks professional. It looks really beautiful. So these are really important things to know about blending the foundation, blending your eyeshadow. My fourth tip is mastering the art of enhancing your eyes. And I feel that enhancing your eyes with an eyeliner is just beautiful for a mature woman. So you have a lot of different options here of ways you can enhance the eyes with my eyeliners. I have 4 different colors. I have dark chocolate, which really replaces black. I just don't feel black looks good on a mature woman. I think it's a little harsh. I always go for dark chocolate. This is very rich, it's very beautiful. My eyeliners are very soft, so they're going to glide. There's not going to be a lot of effort on your part because if you put too much pressure, you're going to get too much color payout. So they glide onto the skin. They are waterproof. They are absolutely beautiful. So you can go into dark chocolate. I have charcoal. That's going to just be a little bit more subtle than having that black. I have a plum that's gorgeous, and then I have a navy. You can also use these as a base, really turning them into a cream eyeliner. I've done that on multiple different videos, but this is going to really enhance the eyes. You're going to want to pair that, say you just did eyeliner and that's what you wanted to do. You want to pair it with a mascara. You want a mascara that's going to lift and give you volume all day and separate those lashes, but grab every single baby lash that you have. That's why I created my volume up. It literally gives you that volume up, even for those little baby lashes that we don't love as we are a mature woman, or your lashes are getting sparse and you really need as much help as possible. This is a great mascara to do that. But enhancing your eyes is one of my biggest tips because it's going to give you the most power. My last tip is going to be lip prep and precision. This is really important because we get really dry lips. We have flakiness on our lips and it doesn't look good when you put on a lipstick or a lip gloss. So the first thing you want to think about is exfoliating your lips. I have this lip exfoliation from La Mer and it comes with, it's basically like this little grainy formulation, and then it comes with this little silicone kind of brush, if you will, and it's textured on here. So you basically scoop some out and then you do like a little treatment on your lips and it's going to exfoliate your lips. You could also do a at-home DIY if you want to, a sugar and honey, or there's all different types of things you can do, but you want to exfoliate your lips. You could even take a washcloth that has a little texture to it, get it wet, and you can go across the lips or even a toothbrush, but you do have to exfoliate the lips. So then when you do take your rose lip balm to hydrate them, it's going to be nice, soft, and supple. So you're able to you don't have all that dead skin sitting on the lip. And if you put a lip balm on, it's not going to be doing anything. You want to first remove any dead skin that might be able to come off and then hydrate with the rose lip balm. Another thing that's really important for mature women is having an invisible lip liner. So this is going to create a border around your lips so that your lipstick doesn't migrate. It doesn't go outside of the line. So it gives it a little bit more structure and keeps it in on the lips. So this is called Crystal Clear. It's really wonderful if you're having that issue with just some fine lines. Also, having a really beautiful lip liner that's the same color as your lips to define your lips, almost like you can do a little bit, it's not overlining. I just like to take, I connect my Cupid's bow so I get a little bit of a poutier lip, but having a really nice waterproof lip liner is going to give you that real beautiful structure to your lips. And I think that defining your lips as a mature woman is a really important aspect because you want to add color. We seem to start having our lips fade and we lose that border and we want to bring that back. So that's really important. Also, if you're wearing a darker color and you really want that precision with your lips, I have a dual brush that comes in my essential makeup brush kit. This is a concealer on the side, or it could be a lip brush if you wanted a bigger lip, like a bigger brush on there. But this is really the lip brush that comes out. It's very pointed, it's very precise, so you can really be able to define your lips if you're wearing a red, maybe you're wearing a coral, or maybe our new color that's coming out called Fleur. It's a fuchsia, it's gorgeous. So that's also a nice little tool for you because sometimes it is hard when you're wearing a darker color to get it just right when you're going from the bullet. And the last thing that I think is just a really great tip for all mature women is topping your lip with a little gloss. It just gives you that freshness. It's just really beautiful and it really pulls in the look. And then you can just refresh. You don't have to keep putting your lipstick on over. You can just use your lip gloss if you're out at an evening, you don't have to have too many things, and then put on a really nice, beautiful, fresh gloss. So those are my 5 tips for you. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any other tips that you want to allow my community to learn from, leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. And until my next video, I'll see you later.